ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಕರು ಯುಗಂ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾಸಿಕ ಪತ್ರಿಕೆ.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ ವಾರ್ತೆಗರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರಹೇಶ್ವರ ಗಾರ್ಡಿಗೇಂದ್ರ.
ಮೈಸೂರು ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ 5 ಜಗನ್ಮೋಹನ ಅರಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಸೂರು ಲಿಟರರಿ ಫೋರಂ ಚಾರಿಟಬಲ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟಾರಿಕಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿಕ್ರಮ್ ಸಂಪತ್ ರವರ ಟಿಪ್ಪು ಸುಲ್ತಾನ್ ದ ಸಾಗಾ ಆಫ್ ಮೈಸೂರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟರೆಗ್ನಮ್ ಕೃತಿ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೆಯಿತು. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ ವಂಶಸ್ಥರಾದ ಪ್ರಮೋದಾದೇವಿ ಒಡೆಯರ್, ಹಿರಿಯ ಸಾಹಿತಿ ಎಸ್.ಎಲ್. ಭೈರಪ್ಪ, ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಶುಭಾ ಸಂಜಯ್ ಅರಸ್, ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ ಸಿ.ಆರ್. ಹನುಮಂತು, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಜಿ.ಎಲ್. ಶೇಖರ್ ಮತ್ತಿತರರು ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದರು.
ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಶೇಖರ್, ಮೈಸೂರು ಲಿಟರರಿ ಫೋರಂ ಚಾರಿಟಬಲ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಆನರರಿ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಹನ್ನು, our trustees, book club members, Saraswati Samman, S.L. Vaidapallavare, and all the other dignitaries and the audience present here. A warm welcome to all of you. Vikram and myself, we go a long way back. When I was doing my research, I used to know him, and incidentally I helped him release his second book, Governor at Rajbhavan in Bangalore. Little did I know that, few years down the line I'm going to be doing promoting the book reading and the literature festival in Mysore. Maybe Vikram, you must have been one of the inspirations for me to begin. Welcome to everybody. Have a good evening. Thank you.
ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಂದೆ ಕಟ್ಟದಂಗಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಲಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಿವ್, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಒಂದು ಹಿರಿಯ ಲೇಖಕರು ಅದು ಈ ಒಂದು ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯಲು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ನನಗೂ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಯಿತು. ದೆನ್ ಈ ಗೇಮ್ ಸಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. I just heard whatever he said. I wrote a first copy. I gave back to him. Then again he corrected it, and I also discussed with Vikram. And Vikram, he definitely bhara chanagi acknowledge madadru. Forward, and even on the cover page he said forward by S.L. Bhairappa. So this is how the forward was written. So it is almost about 10 to 12 page forward, but I will not go into the details of this. Just I will, whatever Bhairappa is asking me to go through, I will go through that. So this is the forward that Bhairappa has written. I have read a great deal of history on the legend Tipu Sultan since my childhood. I am happy that I got an opportunity to read one more book on Tipu Sultan, authored by historian Dr. Vikram Sampath, and to write the foreword for the same. Before I elaborate, I can only say that among the many books that I have read on the subject, this book is exceptional, for it is an exhaustive, intense and well-researched book with factual accounts and a captivating narrative style. As I was reading this book, my memories went back to the articles I had written in a leading Kannada daily long ago, when controversy erupted in Karnataka over the celebration of Tipu Sultan's birth anniversary, Jayanti. These articles give a critical view of Tipu Sultan's rule and legacy, covering religious persecution, forcible conversion, and its impact on our culture.
After this launch, to be an institute of this function. It's been more than 2 centuries since his death, and yet the name Tipu Sultan evokes different emotions in different people. His father, Shreegari, is the recipient of the benevolence of Maharaja Himati Krishnaraj of Mysore. He grew in strength and ranked due to his organizational and military skills, and ended up usurping the kingdom of his benefactor and became GARI. After his death, his son Tipu continued and declared himself Sultan of Mysore and came to be known as Tipu Sultan. All this happened within a short span of 40 years, from 1761 to 1799.
November 16 ವರ್ಷ ಮುಂಚೆ ಇದೇ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂನಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಸ್ಪ್ಲೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರಾಯಲ್ ಮೈಸೂರ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. I never thought that after that, it's almost the circle coming full today, coming back to Mysore, and to have a full house on a weekday. Thank you so much, each one of you who have come here to be a part of my joy. I feel it my greatest honor and privilege that Rajmata Her Highness Pramoda Devi Vadiyar ji blessed me by launching this book here. We had a long conversation in the Bangalore Palace, and what probably many people did not know, and she perhaps did not want to say on stage, was that she belongs to the lineage of Maharani Lakshmi Ammani of the Bettada Kote Arasu Manetana, the same sagacious Rani whose intervention is what got the kingdom back to the Vadiyar rulers after Tipu's death. So thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind presentation. If people across Karnataka have started getting to know me better, if there is one person for whom I owe all of that, it is Dr. S.L. Bhairappa. As I was growing up, I don't think I've left any novel of his unread. All of us have read, reread Avarana, Parva, so many of his wonderful novels which strike at the heart of every individual. It was by chance, ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ ಮೈಸೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಸಮಾರಂಭ ಆಯಿತು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ I had the privilege of receiving the Savarkar Sanman from Dr. Bhairappa. ಅವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇವಾಗ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನಿಮ್ದು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುವಾದ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. It's been 16 years of being an author, historian, and I'm from Bangalore. ಆದ್ರೂ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಇವತ್ತು ಬಂದೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರದ್ದು ಹಂಬಲ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇತ್ತು, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. Within a matter of 1 year, this whole year, thanks to Dr. Bhairappa's intervention and ಅವರು ರಾಮನ ಬಂಟ ಹನುಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ ಶೇಖರ್, he has ensured that every quarter one book comes out in Kannada. The Savarkar first volume got translated to Kannada, then the Brave Hearts of Bharat, ಭಾರತದ ಧೀರ ಚೇತನಗಳು ಅಂತ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಶಿವನಿಗಾಗಿ ಕಾಯುತ್ತ, Waiting for Shiva, that also got translated. In the last quarter of this year, I think end of this month, second volume of Savarkar also will be translated into Kannada. ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ it's a huge project, so I don't know 900 pages ಮಾಡೋಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ even the ಅನುವಾದಕಾರರಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, but he is committed even to that we will ensure that this book gets into the language where people of the state can read. And Shubha, hers and the Mysore Literature Festival, as she said, our association goes a long way to the time of 12 years. Little we know how these connections actually grow in life. I met Preeti also by chance, and she interviewed me for my first book, Splendors of Royal Mysore, and all that caught her eyes, not the fat book, but she actually asked me, why are you wearing this emerald ring? Which was what I was wearing those days. Is it for some good luck? Is it a birthstone? And I think she objectified me quite a bit in that article. So today, little did she or me realize that 17 years later, we'll be sitting for a chit chat like this. So today you ask me what emotions come to my mind. This is the last destination of the multi-city, 7-city book launch for this book. I have, put in a lot of myself into this, and so it is almost like exorcising a ghost for me today. I've lived with this subject, the characters of this book for so long. So today seems like a great culmination, and my heart only and only swells with immense gratitude for all of you, for all the dignitaries, and of course the city I love the most, which is Mysore.
After this city being the end of your journey as far as the book promotion is concerned, and it's also a point from where a new journey is yet to begin, right? So I was thinking from Splendors of Royal Mysore, this has come a full circle, right? Untold story of the Vadiyars too. Tipu Sultan's saga of Mysore's interregnum. You responded as a Kannadiga. And as someone who felt really disturbed and enraged by the national television serial Sword of Tipu Sultan, which showed the Vadiyar dynasty in the deliberate war, right? A lot of us saw it as well, and you chose to respond decades later with a long journey of writing a book, and what a splendid thing it is to do. In that sense, can we say this book was in the making since over 3-4 decades?
Very much. So as Rajmata Her Highness mentioned in her speech, that serial I think upset a lot of apple cart in large parts of Karnataka. 70-75 years after independence, I think we still owe so much to this family which has given us so many things on which the foundations of modern Karnataka were built. It is not just economic and industrial progress, the cultural osmosis, the cosmopolitan nature of this state that we so proudly inherit. A large part, a major part of that is thanks to the Wadiyar dynasty, and for which I think they need a louder applause for that. I mean, how many dynasties of their times would actually pledge the gold and the ornaments and everything in their family to raise seed capital for the Krishnaraj Sagar Dam, of which we South Karnataka people, including us in Bangalore, are beneficiaries of. Kempananjamani Vadivilasa Sanidhana Avaru, she was the one who seized opportunity and established the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, which catapulted in due course Bangalore's establishment as a knowledge center, and the IT revolution gaining ground there later. So for a dynasty like that, the manner in which I'm sure you remember, Immadi Krishnaraja Wadiyar was shown like this, obese man who was dancing with the court dancer, and the Maharani Lakshmi Ammani was shown like those, typical Ekta Kapoor serial vamps who's constantly conniving and conspiring against him.
Yeah, and all this was shot on the Kannada land.
All of it shot.
All of it was shot on the Kannada land, at the very place where the Wadiyars had owned their palace.
Correct. That was a travesty. I don't know what it did to me. I was a boy of 12 or 13 years of age, and very frankly, the confession, as a boy in school, I hated history. I hated this subject because it was such a boring catalogue of dates and who succeeded whom, which war was fought in which era, which just made any sense to me then. The maximum punishments I got in school was for history, always found kneeling down outside class. So for someone like that who didn't like the way it was taught, I don't know what that serial did to me, and I said I need to find out the truth behind that false portrayal initially of that one king and queen who were shown badly in that serial. And it was a self-funded, self-initiated, self-motivated project in which my entire family also became a part. My poor parents used to come here. Every vacation meant coming to Mysore and meeting members of the royal family, historians, archivists, old-timers, and never with the intention that this will become a book. I think this whole joy of research, the intellectual high it gives, Swanta Sukhaya, for your own Sukha, you are actually getting on this journey. And I don't know, this madness continued for 10 long years, even as I was preparing for my board exams and engineering entrance. I don't know what the Mysore bug that had hit me. My family really didn't have anything to do with Mysore. I'm half a Tamilian and half a Maharashtrian. But I think destiny is written somewhere up there as to what you need to do in life. So after 10 years...
ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ವಾರ್ತೆಗರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗೋಣ. ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನದಾಳದ ಗರಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನದಾಳದ ಗರಿ. ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭಾವನೆಗಳ ಗರಿ. ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ, ನಾಡಿನ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯ ಗರಿ.
ಮನೆ ಮನಗಳ ಗರಿದು ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ, ತನು ಮನ ಧನಗಳ ಗರಿದು ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ, ವಿಶ್ವದ ದೇಶದ ನಾಡಿನ ಗರಿದು ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ. ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ 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 ಶ್ರೀಗರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನದಾಳದ ಗರಿ.